Lexi. We are doing a bit more of a Christmassy background today. So yeah, I am making this a bit of a series now. Why you should play this game. And today's game is going to be Yes Your Grace. Because my fiance bought Yes Your Grace for me like not that long ago during the Steam autumn sales. But yeah, I played the game pretty recently and I ended up enjoying it way more than I expected, so I thought it could be a great second episode for the Why Should You Play This Game series that I started with Spiritfarer. So yeah, why should you play Yes Your Grace? Well, I should probably start with what kind of game it even is if you don't know it. It's basically one of those resource management games. So you play as a king called Eric and you have to deal with all the responsibilities of your kingdom. Like people come to you asking for help and you also have this barbarian type army coming your way and then you have to solve a murder and that kind of stuff. It gets really interesting. Like, I think the main reason I ended up enjoying this a lot because it had way more of a plot than I expected. Because usually I feel this type of games kind of work in that you just try to manage your resources as well as you can and then something completely random happens and you're dead. But Yes Your Grace has like an actual ongoing storyline and some really nice characters, so there's a bit more to get attached to, and that's really important to me at least, so it helped a lot. Like, I'm usually really terrible at like this type of games. Like, I'll run out of money and other resources immediately and then I'll just cry because I suck at the game and never play again. But even though I was pretty bad at Yes Your Grace too, I still like enjoyed playing the whole thing and I somehow managed to get to the end without running out of money. So the game starts out with Eric finding out that these Radovians are coming to claim his daughter for a deal he made about having to marry his eldest daughter to the Radovian king, and obviously they don't wanna go through with that because Radovians are known as these like bad people. They don't have a great reputation. There's the possibility to marry her off to another prince in exchange for another king's army to help fight the Radovians off, and then obviously if you marry the daughter off then the Radovian king can't marry her and stuff like that. So you have to make some difficult choices, especially with your daughters, which is stressful. I actually like the daughters a lot, so that made it extra difficult to make any decisions concerning them. Because like, I want to be a good dad, but I also don't want everyone to die, and so it's very difficult game in that sense. Like, especially if you like the characters, then it's really hard to make decisions that would be the best, especially because you won't know if your choices are good or not. Like, you might find out way later that actually this random person that you helped or didn't help is now really pissed or something like that, or someone betrays you out of nowhere, or you do something that sounds like a terrible idea from the beginning and then it turns out it truly was a terrible idea even though it sounded like it might have a positive outcome, and then you are like, well, shit. One thing I really enjoyed about the game was that it wasn't just the weekly throne room segments where people come to you asking for stuff, but you could also like walk around your castle talking to your family and just exploring places. And the battles that happen, they are also like totally their own scenes where you have to give commands and decide what your army does. So you get to be a bit more involved, and I really like that. And also the game has really hilarious dialogue sometimes. Like, there's this one peasant that comes to you literally asking for money for booze, except he tries to play it as, can I get money for I mean boots. And it was hilarious. And also there was this one merchant who wants to sell a cock to you as in the bird. And he just comes in like, I present to you my magical cock. That whole scene was really funny. And also the youngest daughter, Sedani, has this ongoing story of her trying to find a good new pet for her since her sister took away their cat. And she just keeps choosing like increasingly more extra animals, and I love it. But also I feel kind of bad for her because she ends up being pretty unlucky with most of them. She's really precious. Yeah, Yes, Your Grace was just really a positive surprise for me in like all ways that it could have been. Like I was really surprised. I didn't expect to like be completely hooked to it. The ending had me on the edge of my seat because I had no idea how it would turn out. Because I knew I hadn't made the best choices. So there was a very high chance of things just going badly, and then I was just kinda watching the last battle like, oh god. Yeah, I definitely need to play it again because there are some things I want to do differently, and I like that you can do things differently. I just totally fell in love with the game, as you can probably tell. It's a bit darker than the usual very wholesome games I've been playing lately. So there's all sorts of crime and murder and other, well, the usual things of the genre when it's medieval fantasy context. I think it had really nice writing, so that just made me get really attached to all the characters that were important, and I just had a good time. And also it has a really great soundtrack, so that was a nice bonus too. My fiance ended up founding a new band out of it because they are like a folk metal band. And he's really into that. But yeah, okay, let me explain the basic gameplay so you're not like completely lost. So as I mentioned, it's like this weekly segment where people come to you with different concerns, and you can either give them money, supplies, or like one of your agents. And you have a basic like general, and then you have a witch and a hunter. So if you have them available, you can offer those to help people as well. And after that session you can go talk to your daughters or your wife or whoever else might be available in the castle and discuss things further. And then you start a new week, and there's like, I think, 3 kind of deadlines. I think the first segment is like maybe 5 weeks, and then there are like the next ones are slightly longer, and you have different goals that you need to achieve by then. And you can also upgrade your castle and manage other things. And as I mentioned, the battles are a bit different, like you can like actually participate, like giving commands and all that. It's a really fun game. I really recommend if you are into like this kind of resource management, medieval kingdom type thing. Like, it has great art. I'm usually not that into pixel art graphics, but I think Yes, Your Grace style really grew on me, and all the title art, like the stuff you see on Steam and stuff, looks really great. And the music is great, and the writing is really fun, and I just really enjoyed this game, and I hope that if you give it a go you will enjoy it too. So yeah, that's my game recommendation of the day. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Sometimes I make game videos, sometimes I make bookish videos, sometimes I'm just totally off topic, but yeah, I try to stay nerdy. I hope you liked this video, and bye!